It is a privilege and pleasure to talk to you about someone who I respect and I admire. Antonio Flores is a member of the Purepecha Tribe from Mexico, from el estado de Michoacan. Antonio immigrated to the United States 12 years ago. When I first met Antonio, it was about 3 years ago, when he was looking for resources for members of his tribe that lived in a deteriorating apartment complex in Burien. It was a whole bunch of families. When I first talked to Antonio about all the needs that this community had, he said, they're all living in this apartment. They're living in, in one small bedroom with, 2-3 families there, and they just have very, very few resources. The few resources that are available to them are resources that are targeting the Latino community. And a lot of those resources are only in Spanish, and a lot of the members of my tribe are monolingual in Purepecha, or some of them are bilingual, but it's Purepecha in English. So Antonio was diligently working to make sure that his community got resources, but also that the larger community would become aware of the Purepecha community in Seattle. And not only aware, but they would know that it was a growing community here. Last year, NPR did a full report on the Purepecha community in Seattle and their struggle to keep their identity and roots alive. Among many of the accomplishments that Antonio has done is developing trainings for indigenous people from Latin America so that they can know about their rights and know how to be advocates for their communities. He also, well, not just him, because in indigenous tradition, it's him and his community, were able to put together and organize a nonprofit. It's called Orgullo Purepecha. And one of the things that is very distinct about this nonprofit is that it is run in a very indigenous style of leadership. And Antonio says that his philosophy, se los voy a leer en español. Dice, mi filosofía está basada en la sabiduría de mis antepasados, mis abuelos y abuelas, siempre con un liderazgo de respeto, de obediencia comunal. Antonio has done several other things. He has also brought in teachers from Mexico, from his tribe, to come in and do workshops with parents and students in the summer. And it's not just educational kind of enrichment activities, but it's very cultural, and it's really rooting them in teaching about traditions. Another thing that Antonio has done has also been to bring back to life ceremonies that have been lost through many generations. And he has also made so many people in our community not only acknowledge our indigenous side, but be proud of being indigenous. And all of this work has been done without any compensation. As an activist, Antonio has also dedicated his time to working toward a comprehensive immigration reform. He has volunteered for several years with the Comité Pro Amnistía y Justicia Social. Most recently, he became a staff member for them. So the list of accomplishments that Antonio has it's a long list, and I'm sure I've missed many of them. These are only the ones I am aware of. And although this work is very admirable and it's important work, the reason why I nominated Antonio for this award is because Antonio as a person, he's one of the most humble people that you will ever meet. If any of you know Antonio, you would know that he would be one of those people that would never want to get any attention or any recognition for the work that he has done. But he would never have self-selected to get this award. And his humility is definitely very rooted in his identity as an indigenous person. And that identity and that those roots in indigenous traditions are, he lives them and he also practices them in his leadership. So I'm extremely grateful to the Commission of Hispanic Affairs for having chosen Antonio, for acknowledging his work, but also for the greater acknowledgement of the Purepecha community and indigenous communities here in Seattle. Thank you.
Catherine. Commissioners, could you please come up? Antonio, can you please come up so we can give you your award? Isn't this great? I mean, it's, honoring negative groups at the same time in regards to what's being done here. Lillian?
I am honored to read a letter from our governor to Antonio Flores Quinn. Dear Antonio, I was delighted to learn that you have been selected as the first recipient of the WACHA Community Award. Congratulations on this outstanding honor. It is a pleasure to join with WACHA in recognizing you for your exemplary efforts to enhance quality of life for our Hispanic communities. Your ongoing work to increase awareness of the Purepecha Tribe and to preserve the language and traditions of its people reflect your passionate advocacy for indigenous rights and social justice. Diversity is one of our nation's greatest strengths, and your mission to empower and equip the Purepecha and other Latino communities strengthens us all. Again, congratulations on an honor well-deserved, and please accept my best wishes for continual success and fulfillment in the years ahead. Sincerely, Christine Gregoire, Governor, State of Washington. So it is my honor today to present on the behalf of the Commission of Hispanic Affairs our first WACHA Community Award to a man who has exhibited much love and service to the Latino community, Antonio Flores Quinn.